So this video is going to be about my denture process and getting my teeth fixed. I'm going to talk about what options I was offered and which ones that I'm going to be going with. I think at a later time I will make another video and kind of go in depth about all of the options for this, especially if you're younger like me. I'm 26. You definitely want to go with a good option. It's good long term. And I know a lot of these can be really, really expensive. So I'll go over that. I'm just gonna go over where I'm at in the process right now because I'm actually pretty early. I'm gonna go over my history. And my channel here is dedicated just to mostly science things and medical things. So lectures for science classes like chemistry and anatomy and things like that, but I'm going to be doing this series about my teeth. So I had a average number of cavities as a kid. Nothing too crazy, just had a few minor ones filled. I was privileged enough to the point where, I was brought to the dentist regularly, so like every 6 months. I didn't really have any other issues like that. I did have an injury when I was younger. Took bike handlebars right to the front teeth and my left front tooth chipped in half, so I had to have a root canal pretty young, actually, and that wasn't very fun, but I got through that. And so when I got my adult teeth, things were also pretty normal. I was going to the dentist at regular intervals every 6 months, and things went on like that for quite a while. And then I was moving around with school and, moving back home to New York and then moving out to Colorado and doing all sorts of different things. And I made the mistake of skipping the dentist for about 2 years. So that really did a number. I definitely have anxiety about going to the dentist, just like I assume most people do. So that definitely didn't help. And when I finally went in, I had a large amount of work to be done. I had periodontitis, so I needed a deep cleaning before anything else. So that's what they did first. Gave me antibiotics, and I needed a root canal. So I got that done. And then a couple of weeks after, I had a tooth abscess, which was the most painful thing of my entire life, easily. There's just nothing to describe it. Like, I've broken my collarbone before, and I would rather break my collarbone 5 times in a row than have abscess teeth again. And that's what I said at the time, and unfortunately it did happen again a couple of times. So after that, I was pretty good about the dentist, and then I had a number of traumatic things happen very close together all at once, so it was about another 2-year gap. And at that time I was maintaining my teeth, but I could tell that they were just going and going and going. Like, I was getting bigger cavities, and I actually had one night where I was just eating a breadstick from a piece of pizza, and one of my molars up here on my upper right side cracked in half, and it was because of decay, because I had periodontitis again and I didn't get it deep cleaned. So that happened. And shortly after, probably a couple months after, I had an abscessed tooth again, and I dealt with that. I just got antibiotics. I didn't go to the dentist though. Just kind of dealt with that, and then it decayed a short while later and kind of cracked in half, kind of like my other molar did, and then that happened again. So that happened, and you know, I really just wasn't, I was dealing with a whole lot, and there was a lot of depression involved, and I skipped the dentist for a really long time. So it was about 2.5 years this time, and over that course I had one final tooth that was number 4 of this time period. It abscessed and fell out. So finally, when I moved back to my home state, got my life established again, spent a lot of hard time and money on healing and getting better, and luckily I can report that I'm doing way better on that front, so that's really great. And now it's time to go to the dentist again and see what's going on. So I've had a terrible experience with that, just long wait times, and I saw a really terrible dentist who really didn't know what I was talking about at all, and I was talking about general procedures like all on 4 teeth and things like that, because my teeth were so bad at this point that I had kind of made the decision myself that they were all going to come out and I was going to do something, you know, permanent. So I had that terrible experience, and it's really demotivating, but I found someone really good, and I went to them and got a full consult, and you know, got my first full look at the real price of what's going on here. So for my options specifically, and I won't get too detailed into the options, I'll do another video on that, but I had the option to keep my teeth and, you know, get implants on the 4 missing ones, keep my teeth, get those cavities filled, and then he wanted to basically crown, you know, everything in the front to, you know, make it look nice and, you know, proper and good color, everything like that. And that was a $44,000 option. So first of all, I mean, that's a whole hell of a lot of money. That's way more than I wanted to spend. So even without the cost, taking that completely out of the equation, that's not what I wanted to do, because I had already known that I'm really susceptible to gum disease, and that just doesn't help. I actually had one of the 4 teeth that I lost was a root canal tooth. So I had a root canal, I had a crown on, and that was one of the ones that I lost because of that periodontitis style decay right at the gum line. It just ate right through the abutment, or the post of the tooth that the crown sits on, and it just fell right off. So that was like $3,000 down the drain, so I wasn't ready to spend, you know, 44 and have that go down the drain too. So I wanted to do something drastic. I wanted to do something full. So obviously you can get traditional dentures, and I think for young people that's a terrible idea, because long term you're going to have bone resorption from traditional dentures because you're not going to have any support on your actual jawbone. So you're going to run out of jawbone when you're older, and then you're going to have to do something really expensive that's not conventional, like anything that we're going to talk about here. So I then had the choice to mix and match and get like partial dentures in the back. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense either for me. It was expensive, and I still have, with that option, I still have natural teeth in my mouth that will continue to decay and have issues. So I didn't want to go with that. And then the most expensive option would be a fixed denture, or they just commonly call them all on 4 teeth. All on 4 is actually the brand name. So, but that's the most expensive option, and he didn't give me an official quote for that, but he said it would probably be around $70,000 for my case. So that's not something that, I was looking to spend. So I am gonna go with the snap-in dentures. So what that is, I'm gonna get 4 implants on the top and 4 implants on the bottom, and then I'll get 2 dentures made that'll snap into those implants. And what I would like to do is have the implants placed in a way that if I want to go to an all-on-4, like a really expensive set later, I can do that. And if you're considering snap-ons and you want to go to an all-on-4, or you think you may want to, like 10, 20 years down the line, you need to make sure to tell your dentist that, because all-on-4 teeth are much thinner. There's a lot less material with those, so those implants have to be supported in a way where your jawbone is going to support that, and everybody's jawbone is different, so you need to make sure that they do it properly, or else they're just going to put 4 implants on the top and 4 implants on the bottom for your snap-ins, and they're going to put them wherever they can, wherever it's easiest. So I'm going to be going with that. The dentist was really cool. Unfortunately, so he's going to be the guy that's going to, fabricate my actual snap-in denture, and then I'm going to be going to a periodontist to have an evaluation, 3D imaging and an evaluation for implants, and kind of what's our plan, what are we going to do for this. However, I did receive an initial quote from my regular dentist for kind of the whole process, and it was about $30,000. So that's a lot of money. I'm definitely cost conscious right now because I would like to go to medical school. That's going to be a hell of a lot of money, and that's time where I'm in school and I can't work, so I can't pay off a loan or anything. So $30,000 is way more than I wanted to spend, but at this point I'm ready for a nice smile. I'm ready for no more pain, to be able to chew normal things, because I can really only chew soft foods right now. I'm not totally on a liquid diet, but it's very restricted. So it's really time to do something. So I'm gonna get that done. So that's where I am in the process right now. And I'm gonna be going to the periodontist this week to get the quote. And I'm hoping that, the people who see this are gonna follow along with me. Ideally, I'm targeting people who are in my position right now, who are a little bit nervous about this process. They know they need to do something drastic. They don't really know a whole lot about it, and it's a big price tag, and it's a big surgery, and it's nerve-wracking. So I'd like to share my experience as I go, and share some of the knowledge that I've learned along the way, even to this point, before I get everything. Just to make sure everybody maybe feels a little more comfortable with it, and knows what their options are, because certain dentists can just kind of push you in the direction that they want to go into, and you have to be really careful about that. So please be really informed of all your options. Look out for future videos. Definitely going to do one where I describe all of the options and what are the cost ranges like on that. What's the process like? How many appointments are you gonna have to do? How long does it take? For example, I'm gonna have to have bone grafting. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna remove my rear teeth and put in bone grafts. That's gonna take 3 months to heal. And then I'm gonna get implants, and we're gonna do another 3 months on those. And then after 6 months of total healing time here, I'm gonna get the rest of my teeth removed, and I'll finally get the snap-in denture. So it's gonna be a long process. I definitely like to post several videos of just general information about this subject, and then of course sort of updates on me and what my specific denture journey is like. So if you'd like to follow along with me, feel free to hit that subscribe button, throw a like on the video, so our other nervous people are trying to get this procedure done can see this video and hopefully feel just a little bit more comfortable. If I can make even one person a tiny little bit more comfortable, like, my goal of doing this right here is completely met. So I'll be sure to keep you guys well updated and post more informational videos really soon, and we'll see you guys.